Hey, what's going on, guys? It's H90 here, and welcome to the second part of this how to make a Minecraft intro in Adobe After Effects tutorial. So, in the previous part, we learned how to make the main animation for this intro, whereas in this part, we are going to be taking a look at the text animation. So we're going to be taking a look at the background of the text, how we're going to make the background of the text, how we're going to make the text, and how we're going to put some animations to the text. So that's going to be that, and it's going to be super cool, and that will then end off our how to make a Minecraft intro in After Effects. So I hope that all will help you, and let's continue the intro tutorial. I'll see you guys there. Very sick transition. That looks super sick. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go on and make the text animation. So how to do that? That is actually, the text animation is going to be a little bit more complicated, and it's going to be a little bit hard to explain. So normally I don't make my text in Adobe After Effects because that's bad. I make my text normally because it's not a lot of effects that you can add into Adobe After Effects for the text. So I don't really create it in Photoshop. So open up Photoshop. Now if you have easy paint tool style or paint.net, I'm sorry, I don't know how to make text over there, but you guys can go on and search it onto YouTube. I think there should be a couple of videos about that. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do is go to File when you open up Photoshop, File, New, and 1280 by 720, exact same, and press OK. Make sure to have that as transparent. Okay, that's a transparent background. Let's wait for it to load up. So it's loading a little bit slowly. Okay, so let's press OK. So it's now open. So you're gonna go and click on the T, which is the text button. Click on that, and then I'm gonna have the text as not Obelix Pro. I'm gonna have nice font to do. Let's look at if there's any other nice fonts there. Let's take a look at that. It's not loading. Let's just take a look at that. Let's take a look at what font we should use. I'm gonna use Toonish actually. That's what's good, and then make that at 100 because different fonts, the size can be different. So I'm gonna make that at 100. Just mess around with the settings right there. Set the color to white for now, and then click on it, and you're gonna see that open. So we're gonna go and name the text H92, and then after that, put that in the middle, drag that around about the middle. Maybe we should actually have the text to be a little bit more bigger. 125 would do it. What the heck? And 25 should do it. Yeah, I think that should do it. Yep, that should do it. So now let's go on and select onto over here, and then go right click it, and then go to blending options. We're gonna mess around with some of the settings here so we can actually make the text more like a boss. So we're gonna go and select stroke, and we're gonna have the stroke to actually add a white color. We're gonna have it at a white color. Now you're gonna see why we need it as a white color later in the video. So go, and then we're gonna select gradient overlay, gradient, and then we're gonna go and click on the gradient because this is something that I like to do a lot, and then just go and drag this in, and then drag this in as well. Make that as there's a line between there. And after that, you're gonna go and turn down the opacity a little bit. I'm gonna turn down the opacity to around about 40, 44, 42. And then don't add the drop shadow right now. I'm gonna actually add the inner glow. I'm gonna actually add some inner glow to this. Around about 10 ptpx, 10 pixels is okay. There you go. It looks this text looks a little bit weird, but we're gonna add some color to it. So let's highlight the text right now. I'm gonna add some color picker. We're gonna and do some do a nice deep, nice cool color like this. Yeah, this color looks really sick. This color looks sick. Okay, so this color looks sick. And then we have made some really cool text. Now we are actually gonna add another layer of stroke on. So we're gonna go and convert this into a smart object, and then we're gonna go to blending options again. Right click, converting into a smart object. So I'm sorry, I missed that part. I'm gonna click on stroke again, and then it's gonna make it black. And as you can see, that looks like a very awesome text. So now from there, you're gonna go and click on drop shadow, and you're gonna go and distance to 0, and then size, bring that up to around about here, and then around about maybe bigger, and then spread, bring that up, bring it spread up around about to this way. That looks like a fancy text, and then press OK. Now you have made your fancy text. Now you're gonna go and Control A, press Control A, and select the layer, and then go to layer, align layers to selection, vertical centers, and again layers, align layers to section, horizontal centers. There you go. Now you have made it to be at the the center of the object. So that, yeah. And then what you're gonna do is go to File, save this as a PNG, and I'm gonna save this in channel. I'm gonna name it whatever you want. I'm gonna save this in channel to text, and save that at a PNG, and save it. And it's gonna pop up as a screen calling none, fast, small, slow. We're gonna go and do smallest. That will be good. And then you have created your talk star. So now let's go on to Adobe After Effects. Let's go and make a composition. New composition called text. Alright, type that wrong all the time. Text. Okay, so we're gonna make the text animation right now. We're gonna drag this transition in actually, first of all. And then we're gonna slide, so the grid transition ends around out here. One frame after that, we're gonna add in some animation. We're gonna add in some shapes. So go ahead and select the rectangle tool. We're gonna go select the rectangle tool right now. Hold and drag it. Select the rectangle tool, and then drag a nice rectangle right about this. About this. Oops. That wrong. Don't have it selected. Okay. And then drag a rectangle. Rectangle, and we're gonna go position that into the center. Position that into the center. Okay, I think I did that wrong. Yep, I did that wrong. Okie dokie. And that is in the center. That does not actually look like the center to me. I don't know why. I think it's a little bit more bigger on this part, so I'm gonna go and position that down around about here, because I think that looks more better. Yeah, I think that looks better. So now that we have done that, we're gonna actually go and we're actually gonna have some stroke on. We're gonna add it to around about 10, only 10 pt of stroke, and we're gonna add in a shape layer. We're gonna add the fill edge. We're gonna add it as a white, a little bit of a lighter color of a blue, like this. You can make this whatever color you want. So yeah, let's go and name that to rectangle 1. And then what I'm gonna do is we're gonna add in some animation to it, because we don't want it to pop out like something like this. So I'm gonna go CC Jaws, type that into the effects and preset. It's under transition, CC Jaws, and then we're gonna go completion 100, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, around about 5 frames later. Actually, to be honest, we're doing it because we want it to be almost not visible to anyone, so we're gonna have it as around about 3 frames later. around about 35 dollars. So actually 4 frames. There we go. And you're gonna have the direction to 90, like that, and then you're gonna have it like that. Height, you can have it bigger, but I don't really want that. So just like that, and then there you go. That is your animation to this, and there you go. So maybe let's actually have 3. Yeah, that looks cool. Okay, so now we're gonna add some new things into this. We're gonna go and duplicate this rectangle one, and then we're gonna go and we're gonna go and take that in. We're gonna go and put, and we're gonna go and transition that. We're gonna go and have no fill in this, and we're gonna make the stroke to white color, and then we're gonna go and make the size of this bigger, 130. That should do it. Why does it look weird? Well, let's position that actually. Into around about the center, into the center. Let's position that into the center. Yep. That's weird. Okay, so right about this at this stage. Let's take a look. See, we don't want the CC jaws to be on the rectangle tool, so let's delete that. Size, let's make that up to 135 actually. Yeah, and that looks like a little bit more better. Now we're gonna go and make that as a dash. So how to make that? We're gonna go in rectangle 1. We're gonna go into the contents. We're gonna go into rectangle 1. We're gonna go into stroke 1, and then we're gonna go and add some dashes like here. And then what we're gonna do for the dashes right here, we're gonna go and you're gonna want to go and make the dash bigger. Not that big, not that big. About this is okay. 150 is okay. I think 150. Yeah, 150 is nice. And offset to, we're gonna keyframe the offset to not here. Let me see. I don't know about here. We're gonna keyframe the off. Oh, sorry about that sneeze. Oh my god. Keyframe the offset and round out to the end. Make that around about 1000, because that's gonna be a big one, big number. So let's go and preview that. Okay, so now we're gonna actually have to need to make this smaller, to make this only start at this part. We don't want it to start when the transition is happening. Now let's render that. Yes, there you go. Now what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna and add some drop shadow again to the top, to the animation, because drop shadow is a very important thing to all of the animations. So I'm gonna drop that to there. Of course we're gonna have distance to 0 again, softness up. About 100 is gonna be good for this, and copy the drop shadow and place that right there. There you go. See, 2 little very good text. I think I forgot to do the drop shadow for the golden item ingot. We're gonna go and drag that in, and then this time we're not gonna have this too big. We're just gonna have it as a smaller, softer. We don't need to actually have it too big. Let's see. Just have it like that. I think that should do it. That should be making that looks pretty nice. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. So now back to the text, and there you go. That is the text animation. So let's go and remove the transition out. Go and put that into the text R animation.
Actually, no. We're gonna actually delete that. We're gonna actually have that in, to be actually honest. I'm gonna drag the text into here. I'm gonna put that over to where the transition actually is, and then delete the transition. And you're gonna see something like this. So that looks pretty nice. Now we're gonna add some text to it. I'm gonna add the text actually in. Put the text in. Let's go and go to our e-channel to text. We go put that in. Drag that into the project and put that in. Okay, now we need to do something very important. That is saving the project. I always forget to save the project, of course. And then let's go and name it as intro tutorial. And let's save that right there. Okie dokie. Okay, so now we're gonna go and add the text into right over here. And it's like when the transition has ended. 1, 2, okay. There you go. We're gonna add that up to the text star. And go and have this over here. Let's see. So the right one. Okie dokie. So we're gonna have to position. That down, because we're gonna have this at around the middle. Position that I'm gonna thinking. Yeah, that looks a little more better. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing that we did with the beat, the bump. We're gonna do the same thing that we did with the bump. So how do we do that? We'll do the same thing that we did for the bump. So what we're gonna do is, again, we're gonna run preview the whole thing, and we're gonna make the bump. We'll run preview this. Actually, let's go and make the entry for the text first. The entry, we're gonna go and scale this down. Oh wait, oops, scale, and then keyframe that. S to scale, keyframe that, and then after that, you go around about, I want to say 3 frames. 1, 2, 3. Add that at 103. No, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna make this keyframe actually to 0, and then 1, 2, 3. Make that back at 100. So then it will be bringing up a text animation like this. So yeah, something like this that is looking pretty good. So now we're gonna go and render. We're gonna go and only render the music in, and then we're gonna go and figure out the bumps so we can make text bumps. So let's go. Whoops, I did not do that. I didn't mean to do that. I'm not supposed to highlight any of the layers. I did that all the time. I do that all the time. So let's do this again. Okay, this last one was not necessary because I just pressed it because the routine was like that. So let's go on and make the size of this. We're gonna go and keyframe the scale, and then we're gonna make that to 95 for this. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna make that to 100. Oh, oops, again, all the time. 100. Oh, come on. 100. There we go. And after that, we're gonna make that 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna make that to 100. Now we're gonna actually have something really cool happening. We're gonna have it like a bounce off again. So we're gonna go and 1, 2 keyframe, and then we're gonna go set this to 98, and then 1, 2, and then we're gonna set that to 100. Then you're gonna see something cool like a bump. maybe not 98 actually. Maybe let's set this at 99. That should be better. Yeah, that should be better. Okay. Now we're gonna, because the frames, the bumps are really close and tight, we're gonna have to do one every 2 bumps, so beat. So let's go and do this. I'm gonna select all of the keyframes, the bump. Let's go. And okay, so let's go to 1, 2, 3. Place that there. Complete this again and again. 1, 2, 3. Do this over and over again. 1, 2, 3. Boom, and then this one right here. Yes. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, I think I may have done that wrong. 1, 2, 3. Yes. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then another 3 keyframes. Okay. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then put up this one. What? 1, 2, 3. There we go. That's the last bump. Let's take a look at a render, and it's gonna render pretty slow, so let's cope with it. So you're gonna see that there's a bump every time, and then it's gonna render and render and render and bump again, and render another bump. So there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 bumps, and then after the bumps is rendered, I think that would be that all for this intro tutorial. And yeah, so let's go and see the bumping animation. Let's take a look. How is it gonna be going good? Is it gonna be like really awesome, or is it gonna be really sick? Well, that's, I think it's basically the same thing. And basically after that, we're gonna go and do the audio fade out and the video fade out as well. Yeah, so as you can see, that is really awesome. That is the whole thing. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and do the audio. So that's the bumping. That's basically all for the text animation and all this sort of stuff. And go and do some things with the audio fade out. So we're gonna go and go to audio levels. We're gonna go and keyframe that right there at the end to 48. I'm gonna go and around about let's say around about here, and have that at 0. And then you're gonna see the audio fade out. And then the video fade out, I don't really do it in After Effects. I normally do it in Camtasia Studio or Sony Vegas. We can do it here by doing by creating a new solid, by creating a black solid, and turn down the opacity. Go to transform opacity. Go and click the opacity to 0. And then after that, go to the end, and then put up the opacity to 100. And then there should be the fade out and fade in for both of the audio and the video. It's going to render again, but this time it's going to be faster because we've already rendered that once, and now it's just adding basically the black solid in. So yeah, should be looking good. So yeah, that is the whole intro. Hope you guys enjoyed. And one last thing is that you're gonna have to render this as a video. So you're gonna go to composition, or you can just press Control Shift slash, go to, and then add to render queue, Control Shift slash add to render queue. You're gonna select this composition and go on into there. So you're gonna output this, not to composition one. You can just go to intro to maybe intro, whatever, name it whatever you want. I'm gonna say name it intro tutorial. Save that, and then for the output, I go to audio output, and then video. I do video for Windows because I don't have H.264 option. but it's gonna present you as an AVI file. If it's okay, and I'll just convert that into an MP4 layer off MP4 file off that. So let's go to format options. Let me go to logarithm lossless codec because it shrinks down the file size by a lot, and that's my configuration there. And yeah, that's the configuration I have. And okay, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna press render, and that will be the end. I'm gonna save this right now. And that's all for this tutorial. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and subscribe for more intro to see more of the intros that I make on and on. And basically I'm gonna put down in the description some links to the music and some fonts that I think is gonna be good for you, and I thought to Toonish, the download link to Toonish, the Toonish font. And yeah, so that's basically that. And make sure to check out my previous intro tutorial if you don't know. That will teach you a little bit about the basics and the rotation things. That will be in the description as well, and on the screen right now, I think. So yeah, make sure to subscribe. And I know you guys have been wanting this for a while, so here it is. And anyways, that's all for me and this intro tutorial. My name is EJ92, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.